to another show, Paint with Heart. Welcome to the Paint with Heart Studios. I'm Cindy Harrison, your host of Paint with Heart and artist in residence. And here is my bestie, Ms. Liz.
Hi, everybody. I'm Melissa Reyes from MsMeliz.com, and I am here on the West Coast in Southern California, and I'm happy to join you today because we're going to be doing wildflowers, and I'm really excited about that. And today's word of the day is actually wow. And so it is on my card here. There's a beautiful, what do you call this, Cindy? The bird of paradise. Yeah, bird of paradise, which was my mom's favorite flower, and it's kind of a wild flower, isn't it? So the theme for today is to take every opportunity to shine, and that's how Cindy helps me all the time, she always reminds me to take those opportunities to shine. So let's do it. Cindy.
And here we go. Here we go. This is my version of Wet and Wildflowers. So today we're going to talk about how to create yet another type of background. Add some rake brush. Let's try that for a change. I don't think we've ever used that on Paint with Heart before, the rake brush. Some basic strokes with our round brush, and there you have it. It's going to be pretty straightforward. If you have an issue with the line drawing, I'm going to show you how to create this without having to use a line drawing. It's pretty easy. So I'm going to, this piece here was actually a wood panel that I got from either a Walmart or a hobby store or something like that. Basswood canvas panel. So you want to seal that with a wood sealer, and you want to make sure that you sand that down and paint it white, and then you're good to go. It really works best if you have a white surface to start with. So today I'm going to demonstrate on a canvas panel that I have. That's going to be our demonstration piece. So what you need this. It should have a layer of white paint on it. It doesn't have to be a thick layer, just a little layer. Napkin folded up so that you can lift your canvas up and have all the drippage collected on your paper towel. Your different colors that you're going to be using, I've got some blues, some greens, some pinks, some purples. You'll want to have those ready. You can throw in some yellow, and if you wanted to throw in the Cad Orange, I put it on the list. We will be using Cad Orange in our painting, but it doesn't have to be in our background. I kind of stayed, if you look at this, I kind of stayed with the blues and the greens, added some yellows and some pansy lavenders and some pink. Pretty much that took care of that. When we start the process, you can change it up however you like, but I wanted the blue in the sky and the green in the grass. So let's get to it. Here's your surface. What you're going to want to do is put out a small puddle of the colors that you're going to use. So first I'm going to start off with bright blue and some green tree, which are two new colors on DecoArt's palette. I think they're last year's colors. I'm going to add a little bit of the dragon fruit. And as you see, I'm not putting out a whole lot. It's not big puddles. I'll add a little bit of this one and a little bit of the, that was pansy lavender. This is Cad Yellow. Okay. Now I'm going to take, you can either use your 3/4 inch wash brush, or you can use this big one, your big oval wash. So if you take some fresh water, also too, what you need to have on hand would be one of these spritzer bottles filled with water if you have one. And I put together a paint box of the month, and it will include this project. It'll include the wooden canvas panel, the basswood canvas panel, and it will include one of these little guys, a mini mister. So now I've got this wet, but it's not puddly. Like if I lift it up, the water's not gonna drip off of it. It's just moisten the surface. And I keep going back and forth because if you do this way and you do this way, you're a better chance of hitting every single inch of that. And watch out for the air conditioners or heaters blowing on it. It will dry out real fast. I'm gonna tip my surface over. With some water in my brush, pick up some blue and slip slap it up here. And then wipe it out quickly, pick up some green, and I'm gonna put the green down here. And then I'm gonna touch a little bit of the pink. I'm not washing my brush out as well as I should. A little bit of the purple. And let's add a little bit of the yellow. And I don't know if you can see how.
What brush are you using right now?
I'm using my big oval wash.
Oh, you are.
See how crazy this looks? I'm gonna put the blue up and the green down. Take your spritzer bottle and start spraying. And watch it go crazy. You can go sideways after you get a little bit. If you got deep colors, you want those deep colors to move, you can go on a diagonal. And that, watch it all go crazy. So I might want to add a little bit more green up here. Oops, I poured out a little too much. So you spritz it, have that run down. When it gets to a certain point, start changing the angle. Add a little bit more of the blue at the top. You don't want white necessarily showing wherever you can at all help it. Yeah, little yellow, little pink, little purple. I like putting it on the diagonal, kind of. If you don't have enough of one color, just pick up and slap it on there and it'll drip down. Add some more. Again, this is the fun part. You can add as much or as little as you want. This, if you run it along the edge, it will bring up some, and by running around along the edge, I mean like you take it and you put it against the edge that way. So if I can try to show you here.
Yeah. I'm trying to control it. Like you just want it to drip down or anyway.
Yeah, just drip. Just drip.
Ah, it's dripping.
That's why you want that paper towel to catch all the mess that you're gonna make. So you add as much color as you want. You can less water, the more pigment, the bolder it gets. The closer the spray, the more it's going to wash out the color. So you want to, now when you get it to where you like it and you don't, and you've got some decent coverage of color, when it stops moving, when the paint stops moving, it's kind of grabbed and it's moved as much as it's going to move. You can wipe the edges off. You can paint the edges later, or you can just strip the paint down over the edges if you want. And what we're going to do is blow dry it. If you got some darker spots, you don't want them there, just tap them with water. Sometimes if you squirt them too much, they will wash off all the paint around it. When you have some kind of psychedelic thing moving on, then we can blow dry that and get that ready, and you can transfer on your line drawing. At some point, they all start blending with each other, so you want to kind of be careful on that one. But okay, wipe your area, and let's start blow drying.
We're all so quiet.
Huh?
We're all so quiet because we're blow drying, huh?
Yeah. We used a lot of water, so it's going to take a lot of blow drying, and that's why it was like really important to have that blow dryer.
Yeah. Actually, I really love this. This is fun.
So I'm looking for the shine to make sure it's all dry. I think that's good. Okay. So if you don't have a line drawing, this is how you do it. Real easy peasy. We're going to do odd numbers, so I'm going to do 5. 5 is good for me. I'm going to start by putting one kind of, let's put one right here. So I'm going to put my, let's get the white. No, that won't show up either. Anyways, there's going to be one there. Then the next one I had was a little higher, maybe not as much of an angle. That one's going to go there. This little one over here, it's going to be lower than that. Cross over here, put that there. And I have, this one's there. The next one, let's put that one a little higher, somewhere in between this height. So like right about here. Put it there, we'll bring it down that way. And the next one's going to be higher than this one, so I'm going to bring it up here. Now really coneflowers grow in a bunch. They're all bushed together. They usually come out of one area and they go up, but mine are going to be spread out because they reseeded themselves from last year. If you'd like, take your forest green and shake that up good enough. Anyways, we're going to take our, let's go with our number 1 liner. And I'm going to pick up some of that forest green and I'm going to paint my stems. If you mix a little water with it, and it'll go farther, faster, longer, but if you didn't, that's okay too. My forest green's a little see-through right now, and it's probably because I didn't shake it was separated in my bottle. I didn't shake it well enough. It'll be fine. Okay. So now we have an idea where our blossoms are going to live. And now we need to just paint them. I'm going to put out some dragon fruit. And I'm going to put out some Snow White. And I'm going to use I'm going to use a number 8 round, but depending on the size of your surface, if you have this is like a 12 by 12. If you have a 10 by 10, you might want to go with a 6. If you have 3 by 3, you might want to go with a 1. You know what I'm saying? So you know, gauge it according to the size of your surface. Okay, so I'm going to pick up some of this pink on my brush, and I'm rolling my brush flat load, flat load, flat load all the way around, so the paint is all the way around my brush, but my brush is still to a point. Okay, it's not flat like a flat brush. Pick whichever blossom you want to start with. I like turning my surface upside down because I'm going to draw these strokes to me. Okay, so say we go with this one in the center, and my green's not totally dry yet, so I'm going to have to be careful. I'm going to pretend to imagine, I'm not going to pretend, I'm going to imagine these lines. I usually like starting with the middle one, and I guess I should just dry this, hold on, because we're going to put the petals over top of the green, and if the green is not dry, then you're going to get a muddy petal. So you're going to want to dry that. Okay, well this one over here is dry, so let's start with that one. So I have this one facing this way. So I need to make sure that I pull the petals into the direction that they would be facing. The first one, I'm going to make quite long, go right over that green, flatten that brush out, and when I twist and pull, it goes to a peak. And I'm going to keep doing this, so you'll keep watching. The next one, flatten that brush out, twist and pull, and it's all going back to the center area. You can do it on this side, flatten that brush out, twist and pull. Flatten this out, twist and pull. And these ones can be a little higher because they're behind. Now this is a mature blossom, if you will. This is a blossom that has matured. Now when they're brand new blossoms, they actually start and they're kind of on the flat side. So I'm going to bring these in, flat and twist, flat and twist, flat and twist. This is where my green is a little wet. If you have, it's just a bud, the buds would be going, would be actually coming from the top. But I don't have any buds in this one. So let's start doing some other mature ones. I'll go over here. I always like starting kind of in the middle, pull, flatten, pull, flatten and pull. We're twisting as we pull, and it's okay if we make lines up with our paint, edges with our paint. I stop short, but they all point to that peak. Flat and pull. And you might want it, the bigger ones might want to be a little longer. Go do this one. How are we doing so far, ladies?
So far, so good.
Yeah? Melissa, you painting?
Yeah, I think it's only okay.
Let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. You can even make them fatter at the round end when you start. You can even push the brush down and make them fatter on the other, not the one you're working on now with the 3, but the other one with the 6 petals. The darker one, yeah.
Make them fatter to begin with. Like,
Yeah, but that's
I
good.
think I was just kind of starting with the tip, but you got to kind of start with the whole.
Yeah, press down, make it as fat as your little brush will make it. That's cool.
Hang of it.
You want to show us Sophia? Oh, beautiful. And I love the background. Oh, so cool. I love seeing that. Thank you, Ophelia, for sharing.
Oh, yeah.
And let's see, we'll go over to Cindy. What you got? Oh, yeah, beautiful. Yeah, I love your background too. Every one of them, it always comes out different, but they're always so beautiful. They're awesome. Okay, Kathy's turn.
Okay, I'm still doing the petals, but
Oh, yep, there you go. Look at that. Perfect. And you have a nice subtle background. That's beautiful. Don't they? Thank you, Kathy. Don't you see that they look like watercolor?
yes.
You know, so that kind of makes it a neat thing because it looks like you watercolored it, but you didn't use acrylics. we are gonna fake them out. Okay. I'm gonna add a little bit more. This one a little bit.
Do you have a certain number of petals, or you could just go as many as you want?
I suppose you can go as many as you want because they do have a certain number of petals, but I didn't go count them. But you kind of want to keep it in the odds, but again, I'm not going to be the botanical police and hunt you down if you.
Like, I'm not sure where to go. I'm not sure where to put the next petal on this one because I don't really know what these flowers look like. So
Oh, you don't?
no, I need to see a final picture. Just kind of.
That's looking like Dr. Seuss's.
I know. Where should I put it here?
Hold on.
I need to see what they look like.
You're funny.
I'm just playing.
You are just.
I'm not really an artist. I just play one on TV.
There you go. There you go. Okay. Okay, look at this.
I need to spotlight you again.
You see it?
Oh, they kind of come at a point at the end.
So this one here is a nice image. Theirs is more button top on the center part, but it's pretty close to that.
Okay.
See how the petals overlap, but
Yes.
mine's the artistic licensing and my petals don't overlap like that.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I see some that flop. Okay. Oh, got it.
I think the ones I have in my garden look like that. See, the top is more cone shaped rather than oval. This is oval, but whatever. So does that help?
Yeah.
Okay. So I loaded my brush up with the pink. Now I'm going to flatten it this time. I'm flattening my brush this time so it is flat, okay? And I'm going to fingernail. I'm going to just lie it into the puddle of paint on one side. You see that? This is the pink side. Now one side is the white. I'm going to then offload it onto my paper towel. So there's just a little bit of white there, not a lot of white. With the white part up towards you, lay that brush over one of your petals, Flatten it out, wiggle, 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 and pull. Go back and get another load, offload it on your paper towel, lie it flat over your next petal, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle till it's the same width, and pull up. If you need to reload, wash your brush out completely, reload with the pink, both sides. Touch a little bit of the white, wipe it off. Go down, wiggle, 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 pull up. If you put too much on there, you might not need to load up again. You might be able to do a couple strokes. Wiggle, 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 pull up. So this is like tipping. We're tipping our brushes. Flatten out, wiggle, 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 pull. Wiggle, 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 pull. Not getting enough white, go back, pick up some more white. Wiggle, wiggle, pull. And like I said, you can, if you're not getting enough white, you can go back and add more after when it dries if you felt like you've lost it. See what happens when you put too much white? That's what happens when you don't wipe it off on the paper towel. So you want it there, but you don't want it that bright. So you're gonna wipe it off on the paper towel. Reload as you need. Okay. I think that's pretty cool. This one's kind of freaky, but oh well. It is what it is. But you can add, if you want to wait and it's completely dry and you want to go back with just tipping in the white and just do the white, then go ahead and do that.
So how's everybody? Oh, everybody's really into it. Ophelia's done. She's awesome.
The next color I'm going to take out is the Cranberry Wine. I'm going to be adding shading now. So I'm going to go and take my, I'm going to do a #1 liner because again, mine are big. You might want to size down your liner after I show you what we're doing with this. So I'm going to pick up some of the Cranberry Wine and I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to draw, find out where the peak is, the center is, and I'm going to draw some lines down from the center. Make some long, make some short. Just bring those lines down. Let me put this closer to the camera so you can see what I'm talking about. You see them? So that's all I'm doing is starting from that pointy part of the petal away from the center with a bunch of lines of the Cranberry Wine. You want to not have a whole lot of water in your brush, just enough to move the paint. So you got to make sure you get relatively down there. You can use this color in line to separate the petals as well. If you have two petals that overlap. And move your canvas around so it acclimates to your hand and not you move your hand around, acclimate to it. We're not going all the way down to the white part, by the way. We're just going maybe 2/3 of the way down. 1/2 to 2/3. Depending on the length of your strokes. How's everybody liking there so far, huh? Yes, we got something to show, Ophelia? Oh yeah, pretty. Yep, pretty. You have a longer canvas, so you can even add more on the left and right. So beautiful.
Okay. I thought on your picture you had drew a tree trunk or something. I didn't know.
Yeah, no, just add more flowers. Just add more.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be beautiful. Add more of those. Okay, Kathy. Oh yeah. Don't get too heavy on the cranberry wine.
No, I'm going to add some pink back in.
Okay. Let's see. Cindy. Oh yes. Look at that bursting.
Too much dark?
No, actually, no, because you got the feathery looking going on, and I've seen actual flowers be that distinctly feathered. So it's not cut off. It's you've got the feather thing. So I don't touch it. I love it.
Thank you.
Wait, it is. Okay, let's see, Diane.
I'm struggling here.
Okay, but you're struggling on. I'm here for you.
I didn't get the white with the wiggles.
Okay. So you got your fat brush. Let me put the spotlight back on me.
And
So you got your fat brush, and you're gonna go and you're gonna load it into the pink first. Flat. You're gonna load it flat. I put a little bit on both sides, but you're gonna load it flat. So you see how I flatten that brush out?
yeah,
Then I'm going to go in and on one side only, just pick one of the sides only. I'm going to gently lie it down on the top of the white paint puddle. So I picked up some white on just one of the sides. I'm not dipping it in. I just lay it down gently.
okay.
And then I'm going to wipe it off away from that. So now I don't have a clump. I just have a little bit of white left. Then you come over to your paint petal here, and you lay it down with the white side up, and you wiggle it to make sure the brush gets as thick as your petal that you created is. And then you pull towards the center, pull up towards the center. I might probably take off too much white. So I'm gonna wiggle, 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 and pull towards the center. But it's as I'm pulling it, I'm lifting off. It's a really quick, let me do it sideways. I'm down, I get flat, and I lift. See how I start to pull and I lift off. It's a very quick, flat, wiggle, 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 and lift off. I'm just pulling and lifting off at the same time. Just make that a little bit. So it's flat and it's pulling off. That's all you get on it. Flat, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And as you lift up, you're pulling and lifting up at the same time. That makes sense?
Yeah. Except when I pull up, I've got a flat edge. I'm not,
Let me see what you are. Can you show me what you're doing?
oh, don't laugh.
No, not at that. Show me with your brush.
Oh, okay. All right.
So what size round do you have?
I'm using a 3.
Okay. And it's a round,
Okay.
it's a round, not a filbert, right?
Right.
Okay. Show me your brush.
Up.
Up. The camera's up. Higher, higher, higher. Raise your hand higher. Okay.
Okay. All right.
You see it? Do you see what's going on? Okay. So show me the other side. Okay. Wipe off a little bit more white on your paper towel, and it's just, you're barely touching the paper towel surface. Okay, yep. Okay, now put your paint, now bring your surface to the camera and put your white part up. Lie your brush down so it's on the round part. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Put a lot of pressure so you bend the hairs almost so the ferrule is down to the paper, to the canvas. Now, yep, there you go. You can make it a little more pull, a little longer pull, but I think you're doing good. I think that, did it work for you?
I think I'm going to turn a light on for one thing. But then maybe I don't want to. Okay.
Do you feel it looks a little bit better than what you had?
It should have a little bit of a tail, right?
A little bit of a drag off. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so here's another trick I will share with all of you. That if you aren't getting this particular, whatever technique, take that liner brush that we just did the cranberry wine in, pick up some of that white, and start drawing some lines up from the tip. You see how I did that? So you don't have to do the wiggle, wiggle, wiggle thing. You can just bring some of the white lines up from the tip. If it's too bright, mix it with your pink. You see that? So it brightens up the tip. So yeah, so I can just go around and do that to all of them. And kind of outline that outside edge and pull it up. And you want to make sure you leave enough gap between the lines so it doesn't, it's not too solid. And if you only want to put it on the ones in the front petals, you don't have to put it on all of them. You don't have to put it on any. I think it adds a little extra something, something. A little extra something there. Okay. When you are ready, do you want me to look at yours, Melissa?
Sure. I've been going over and over it.
Oh, cool.
Kind of like redid some of it.
That's fine.
So I'm in different ones are in different stages.
Yeah, that's fine. So you have the dark ones coming down and the light ones going up. That's great. That's fine. Leave it like that. And
Now I'm
put the line work of the white up from the outside edge instead of the tipping, and It'll be beautiful.
Thank you. So
Top one looks like fireworks.
I know the top one's big.
That's okay, because you have a relatively good sized canvas that it can support it, no problem. Okay, hold on. What, Kathy?
I redid mine. Does this look better?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I added more pink in.
Yeah, and chop the pink up into the cranberry. See, I'll show you this. See how it's chopped into it? It's like got a raggedy,
Oh, okay.
it's not a solid, it doesn't like do a solid cut off of dark to light. It's raggedy.
Up and okay.
That's what you want, more choppy. I'm gonna go move on to the centers of them, and I'm gonna start by adding burnt umber. And mine are kind of cone shaped, but as you saw in when I shared my screen, that they can be kind of oval shaped as well.
Did you say burnt umber? That wasn't on the list or no?
Burnt umber, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Oh, bittersweet chocolate. On the list. If you want to make some oval and some cone shape, that might be a nice variation. You might take 2 coats. So I'll have to blow dry between. And it would appear that mine need to do like a second coat. I need 2 coats of that color. So now, blow dry that again. So are we ready for the next step? I'm gonna pick up some white on my liner. Again, I'm using a 1, but you might want to use a 10-aught or something like that. And I'm gonna do little dashes on the center. Some will go beyond the paint line over the background, and some will be dots. So it starts off like a dot in the center, in the front here. These are dots in the front. And then as you get further away, you start to have these dashes that go a little bit beyond the outline that you painted. Not below it necessarily, but on the sides and on the top. Little set downs. And what we're creating is, I'll share the screen again so you see. What we're creating is these centers. See how they're straight on dots in the center of it, but on the sides it goes out beyond the line of that dark value, the burnt umber in there. I hope you can see that from this photograph.
So that's what we're creating. So we have to do it with white first, otherwise our other colors won't show up. And they do have them kind of in a row, but we're not going to be that crazy. If the white disappears, you might want to make it a little brighter. When you have the white done, put out a fresh puddle of your cadmium yellow and a fresh color. Well, you didn't have it out yet, but if you did, you want a fresh puddle of cad orange. I'm going to first go over the white with the yellow. So all the white that I put on here, I'm going to now touch with some yellow. If you want to go straight to the orange, then you can do that. I don't know why I put yellow first, but I did. If you went straight to the orange, this is what that would look like. Trying to cover up all the white. Without losing my brown background. After I did the yellow, I went with the orange. So if you want to go directly to the orange, I just didn't cover all the yellow when I did that. I had a little bit of highlight there. Next, I'm going to do Melissa's favorite stroke. I'm going to do a side load of, what did I just do with it? A side load of Bittersweet. Just along, and it's not a very perfect side load, but I'm just going to touch that right into the base of each center blossom. Just to set it into the flower.
That looks great, Cindy.
Like that?
Yes, it's beautiful.
What's yours look like?
Exactly like that. I can't believe how close I got.
Let's see. Look at that. Pretty.
It's all right. Not
Yeah.
too bad.
Huh?
It's not too bad, but it's so much fun.
And I like your background.
Yeah,
Poppin', it's poppin'.
it's fun. Stem's got a little weird, but
I think it's great.
are we going to do anything here?
Yes, we are.
I'm so excited. Okay.
Kathy wants to show me something. Oh yeah, look at him.
Oh, yeah. That
Yeah.
looks good.
That is good. That's great. I'm on Cindy.
Oh, look
Do
at
they
that.
look hairy?
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Get this closer. Oh yeah, look at them. They're all prickly. Cool. I love it.
Oh my God, it looks so awesome.
It does.
Good.
Thank you.
Got Diane.
Oh,
It's okay. You're gonna be fine.
it's not. I've got to work on a couple of them.
That's
I love
pretty,
it.
but you're getting it. The one to the left and the one on the top in the middle. Oh yeah, you're getting it.
Yes.
Yeah,
There's
that
one
one's just opening. That one's new, so you're not gonna have a center in that one because it's It's just a new bud and it's just starting to open. So don't worry about it. It's still fine.
All right.
Okay?
Good.
Okay.
Love it.
Keep going. You're doing fine.
I haven't done any painting in a long time, and you can tell.
That's okay, Diane. You're with us, and that's what's the most important. What you got, Ophelia? Oh, beautiful.
Oh, yeah. So, oh, I'm so glad you did some more.
I am
Always
too.
raw.
It looks great. I love it. Okay, so did I get everybody? I think so. Okay. So now let's do the leaves. You can either use your fat round again, or you can go ahead and use a filbert. But with the flat round, I picked up the forest green that I used for the stems. And as I'm loading it, I was loading it in a flat, I was loading it flat again. And I just, you know, pick and chose. I mean, I think I don't know if I drew it, I guess I drew it on the line drawing, but I kind of pick and chose where I was going to place these. I start by wiggle, wiggle, wiggle flat, and then lift straight up and pull. So it's a 90 degree, almost a 90-degree angle to the surface. Load another one, flat, wiggle, 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 lift, and pull. Wash out and reload. Reload flat. I'm gonna go wiggle, 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 lift, and twist and pull depending on where you are on your brush. So I'm gonna wiggle, 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 lift, twist, pull. Over here, wiggle, 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 lift, twist, pull. Try not to have these going in the same direction. I kind of changed it up a little bit on that one. That's actually my round. You need to get more definition on your stems. I'm gonna, with a little bit of water in my brush and not a lot, this is what it looks like here. There's not a lot of water, but there's some water. And I'm just wiggling my brush in the paint. I pulled it away. Straight up, 90-degree angle. Turn my canvas around here. 90-degree angle, straight up, and I'm gonna just I'm doing this motion. I'm not moving my wrist, I'm moving my fingers. See that? And I'm dragging it off the bottom. That's what a fan brush will do for you. Now, if you want, you can move your whole arm. Again, I'm not moving my wrist. I'm gonna move my whole arm like this. See, I'm not moving my wrist. Put the brush down, take your arm and draw it up towards you. You don't wanna go up too high. I think I only went as high as the lowest blossom petals. And these are supposed to be like grass. Now the fan brush makes it more like a linen weave. I'm also on canvas, so it's hitting only the tops of the canvas. With a rake brush, I'm pretty sure I had a different one, but I'm gonna go with this one. With the rake brush, this is what would happen.
You have some water in the paintbrush again. You're going to splay those hairs out. See how I splayed those hairs out? Like that, wiggle, wiggle. I have a lot of pressure. See, I bent the hairs, a lot of pressure there when I'm wiggling. And then I start again, I'm gonna just flick, not move my wrist. I'm not moving my wrist, I'm just moving my fingers. And those make a better defined hair, defined grass, if you will. You can also drag your arm and twist so that you have some flowing to the left, some flowing to the right. So they're not all going straight up and down. It's all a matter of preference. But I'm not moving my wrists. I'm moving either my arm at the shoulder or I'm moving my fingers at the knuckles. So you can leave it just with this dark, or you can add some of your green tree. I found that the green tree isn't showing up as much on this as it did on the other one. So I might just not put it on this one. If I do any, it would be very lightly over the stems, just so that stems are hidden a little bit more. So there you go, sign it. So what do you say, Missy? Oh, sorry, I know you don't like that. Melissa.
Wow. What I say? Wow. That's the word for the day, right?
Wow.
Wow.
Isn't that beautiful?
I like it.
It's so cool. I like the colors and everything about it. It's so soft, and if you know, you look at your sky, you see like it's got clouds, a soft cloudy sky, but it's not. It's beautiful. Beautiful.
I like it. Even my funny little attempts at leaves. They're very faded.
Make them to the pointy ones. You got some really good shaped ones there. You just need to make all the rest of the pointy ones.
They're wilted.
Need more water.
It's hot. They're wilted.
Just put more water in.
More water.
So let me go over down the row. Kathy.
Well, there's my.
Oh yes. Yeah. So bring your stems down to the bottom of your canvas so they look like they're, you know, not floating in the air.
Right.
Or put a little bit more grass there. But otherwise than that, they're beautiful. Cindy.
I just started on my grass, so I haven't got too far.
Yeah, I like it though. It's beautiful. Oh yeah, the leaves of everything. Yeah, keep going.
Okay, thank you. Do I need much more dark?
The sky looks so good.
Everything about it looks fine to me. It
Thank
looks
you.
balanced. It looks balanced to me.
And I've enjoyed it.
Oh, good. Don't take off yet.
No, I'm not.
Let's see, Diane,
Yeah,
feeling
I'm
better?
doing some touch up.
Yeah, the lighting is hard, but I like the everything. Yeah, I think it's happening. Getting it. I think you're getting it just fine. Cool. I like the sky. Cool. Let's see. Ophelia. Oh, beautiful.
Oh, looks great, Ophelia. It's so sweet.
Good.
I like that you added more. I really think that it's beautiful. And the way you have the pink in the background kind of washed, it looks like there's some out in the back. You know what I mean? Like it's in the
Yeah.
distance. There's some more flowers in the distance. That is so neat. So, okay, Gracie.
Well, thank you so much, Cindy, for wowing me. Wildflowers and friends and shining through on a Sunday afternoon. What could be better than that? So thank you, everybody, for joining us for another wonderful day.
Thank you, Melissa, for helping me, and everyone here for joining us today and on the replay. If you have any questions, you know where to reach me. I'm on Facebook, and I also have a website, cindyharrisonart.com. You can find the paint boxes of the month there, and coming soon will be our 2017 Ornament Club that you can join that. If you purchase a box, the ornament box kit, you have access for the recordings of both. There'll be 2 ornaments every week, and you will have able to access the full episode. Those joining us will get 2 ornaments a week, and those who are watching the replay will only get 1. So unless they buy the book or join us. So, and if you're not a patron yet and you'd like to be, you can sign up on my website. You can sign up on my website as well. And become a patron, and I am going to have classes specifically just exclusive to those patrons that have patronized me. I guess, right? So until next week, when we are going to be doing eyes. Remember to always paint with heart. Thank you for joining.